is going on, everybody? I'm Lamont at large. Today I am in Laughlin, Nevada. We're going to talk about the Laughlin River Run riot of 2002. It was a biker war between the Hells Angels and the Mongols Motorcycle Club. 3 men lost their lives in that fight. Today we're going to visit the locations where some of the fighting took place, and we're going to talk very briefly about what took place. Without further ado, let's get right into the story. The Laughlin River Run has been going on since the early 80s. Basically, it's bike week for Laughlin. The last weekend of April since about 1983, bikers would descend on Laughlin, Nevada. It's about 100 miles, give or take, south of Las Vegas. I would often come here just to get away from the hustle and bustle of Las Vegas. Now, originally when the river run started, only a few hundred bikers would show up. It started with that, and it ended up being where tens of thousands of bikers from every group, club, organization from all over the country and even the world perhaps would come to Laughlin to enjoy the river, enjoy a little bit of gambling. Hopefully you win, maybe you're gonna lose, drink a little bit too much. And each and every single motorcycle club, whether you're a 1%er or you're just a regular guy, you got a regular job, you like to ride your bike on the weekend, whatever the case might be, each casino, a 1% outlaw motorcycle club, basically tells all its members, this is our casino, this is where we're going to stay, just so they don't go mixing with the other clubs and then fighting starts breaking out, so forth and so on. So for instance, this is the Aquarius where I'm at right now. This was built in 1990, has about 1,900 rooms in it. Originally it was the Flamingo Hilton Laughlin, and then it changed to the Flamingo Laughlin. They dropped the Hilton name, but you can see, let me zoom up a little bit, right under the Aquarius name, you can see what is left of the Hilton. In 2000, I believe this casino changed its name. Well, so this casino, this is a Hells Angels casino. If you're an HA member, if you're an HA supporter, if you like the HA, if you like wearing the colors, whatever the case might be, this is where we stay. Next door on the other side of that tent is the Colorado Bell. That's the place where I personally would stay when I come down here. It was the cheapest place. That would be another Outlaws or motorcycle club or what have you. And Harrah's, which is probably, I want to say, less than half a mile down the street right here, that would be the Mongols Casino Hotel. That's where they stay. So on April 27th, 2002, it's about 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the morning. This place is absolutely shaking. It's packed. I mean, there's about 70,000 plus people that have descended on this town. Now, I don't know why, because there's a lot of different stories of how the fighting took place. It says that supposedly somebody had whispered to a Hells Angel club member that some Mongols at the Harrah's casino had ran into some Hells Angels and they're threatening them. Or other stories say that this was a retaliation for a murder that took place in San Diego back before. Or maybe they're saying that somebody was selling merchandise and they got razzed by a rival motorcycle club organization. Whatever the case might be, around 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, about 3 dozen Hells Angels, they just get on their bikes and they just start coming out of the woodwork out of here. They come down to this street and they make a left onto casino. Their destination is the Harrah's casino because they know that there's a bunch of Mongols over there, and whatever the case might be, whatever their real reason, it'll never be truly known why they went over there looking for some Mongols, but They were going to that casino, and some Hells Angels were looking to do exactly that. They were looking to raise some hell. They had blood in their eyes, and their target was the Mongols Motorcycle Club. The Angels come thundering in, making a left off Casino Drive. They're coming down this driveway, and their target is that casino right in front of you. That is Harrah's. There is a war that is about to take place, and over 100 bikers are going to be fighting for their lives, fighting for territory, fighting over colors, and it's all going to go down right in front of you. Before we continue with the story, by any stretch of the imagination, this story is not supposed to make any side of this biker war look to be weak. The Mongols are nobody to play with. These guys practically went to war with over 50,000 Latino gang-banging soldiers out of Southern California. Now, if it doesn't take some cojones to do that, I don't know what does. The Mongols are nobody to play with. By now, 2002, it has been 25 years since the Hells Angels and the Mongols war has started. In a very near future video, we're going to get into the story of how the war took place and the locations of where several motorcycle club murders have happened. I'm not some douchebag that's making videos in my mother's trailer, and I'm not hiding my face. I'm out here on these streets, and I'm taking you to the locations of where these crimes took place. So as the Hells Angels come out to Harrah's, the city of Laughlin does not know what's about to take place. Normally, if you come to Laughlin, back in those days, you would see one Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department car patrolling the city. There's only 2 cops on any given night back in those days. Now, across the river, you have Mojave County Sheriff's deputies, so I'm assuming that if a big fight starts, they can call in reinforcements from across the river, but basically, you'd only have 2 cops here because nothing really happens in Laughlin other than DUI and the occasional fight. But you know, on that early morning hours, nobody was prepared for what was about to take place, and surprisingly, Harrah's did not really have much for security. Now, I'm assuming, you know, because of Bike Week, they did have, you know, extra security guards on shift that night, but they weren't really prepared for what was about to take place. This is about the area where the fighting took place. Now, as you can see in the video, it looks quite a bit different. There looks to be, I want to say, less machines. It looked a lot more crowded in the video. So, back about 22 years ago, where the Range Steakhouse is, that was a place called Rosa's Cantina Bar, and this was where dozens and dozens of Hells Angels and Mongols were here, and some of the Hells Angels were asking the Mongols who was in charge, and they kind of started jawing back and forth. And then one of the Hells Angels members, Raymond Folks, kicks one of the Mongols right in the chest, and then that's when like the melee and all of the fighting started taking place. And as you can see in the video, one of the Mongols, he pulls out a gun and starts firing right into the Hells Angels, and then another Hells Angels, he pulls out his gun and he starts shooting or firing at anybody that's wearing Mongols colors. One of the Mongols in the videos runs by, and the Hells Angel sneaks up right from behind him and clubs him over the back of the head, which looks like to be some kind of a monkey wrench. And then just all hell is breaking loose. You're hearing gunshots, people are getting stabbed, people are getting clubbed, people are punching each other in the face. I mean, this area right here is a complete and utter war zone. I'm not exactly sure how long the fighting lasted, but it lasted for several minutes. And you got, of course, 2 Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department officers coming with guns drawn to this scene, and let me tell you, they had to call in the cavalry because it was absolutely wild. When everything was over, you had 3 men who lost their lives, several injured, and several going to jail or prison for quite some time. All happened right here, right where I'm standing. Mongols Motorcycle Club member Anthony Barrera, 43 years of age, was stabbed to death at this very casino, and 2 members of the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club were shot to death. You had 27-year-old Jeremy Bell and 50-year-old Robert Tumulty. 3 men murdered right in back of me, yet nobody was charged in their murders. There ended up being several arrests for all of the mayhem and destruction that was caused here over 20 years ago. However, none of the murder charges really stuck. As a matter of fact, the longest prison sentences doled out in this case was about 5 years. You had anywhere from probation to 5 years in federal prison. Mongols Motorcycle Club member Pedro Martinez, he received about 5 years, and as did Calvin Schaefer, Hells Angels Motorcycle Club member. And in that video, that man that you see clubbing the Mongol with a monkey wrench, that was Rodney Cox. He only received a couple years in prison. So really, in my personal opinion, everybody, they got off pretty easy, because you could have had several guys doing life in prison, but just because of those murder charges, maybe the prosecutor thought that they wouldn't be able to stick. I don't know. So unfortunately, 3 men lost their lives, but in the biker world, I guess war is war, so both sides see it as, well, okay, at least nobody's doing life in prison. And let me tell you, the war with the Mongols and the Hells Angels, it is as alive as it was then. And also you got several different other clubs that I will be talking about, visiting crime locations, talking about war, talking about history. And all of that destruction happened right here, right in front of you. Okay guys, I am out of here. I'm heading to the next location. The sun has already set, and I gotta make my 100-mile drive, my trek back to Las Vegas, Nevada. I hope you enjoyed the video. I try not to rush it, but I also try not to just kind of go on and drone about nonsense. I like to get right into it. Anyways, if anybody out there wants to hear more motorcycle club stories or gang stories or whatever, if you have a story idea for me, please send it to lamontatlarge@gmail.com, lamontatlarge@gmail.com, and the subject, put motorcycle club war or put gang war or whatever. I plan on in the near future diving more into the grittier side of street life, urban life, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna bring you there. I know a lot of you guys can't travel the way I do. I hope you enjoy my videos. I try to upload at least 3 or 4 times a week. If I don't upload something that you like, stick around. You might like something that I do. I'm going upstairs, get into my air-conditioned vehicle. I will see you on the next video. At least I hope to anyways. Have a good afternoon, night, morning, wherever you're at in this spinning globe called Earth. Catch up with you later. Peace out.